Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel. This is Krista and I'm about to do your October 2019 General Tarot Forecast. And this is for October 2019 for Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and Libra Rising signs. I hope that you enjoyed your September 2019 reading. I am uploading daily tarot readings on my Instagram. You can follow me for free daily tarot readings. That's at RadicalAngel33 on Instagram. All right, what's in store for Libra for October 2019? What does Libra need to know for October 2019? Very interesting to see this come out. There's been a lot of this showing up in the readings, I find, for October. So a lot of stability, some really hard work, putting in some grunt work, something that feels like it might even be taking longer than it should be. But I mean, roots have been established. So, you know, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just a lot of nice earthy energy essentially there, though. And if it was a person, depending on what Libra's watching, that could have indicated a person, an earth sign person, or an earthy person who is younger than you in age or behavior. All right, so messages for Libra. Messages for Libra. October 2019. It's always interesting to see if the jumper cards show up in your spread as well. Ooh, I think that's a 10 of... No, it isn't. Wow, it's a Justice. So, I mean, it could have to do with this person as well. There could be justice to be met with this person, with that young earth sign, for example, or they could be equalizing or creating equilibrium in your environment. You could even be a Libra sun and an earth sign, moon or rising as well. That could be your energy, Libra, or someone external to you. And there could be, anytime justice shows up, of course, there could be a legal or a court case in progress as well. And there could be small, I would say small but confident movement there in any judicial or legal environment. Just with those two cards. Again, it always is interesting to see if they show up for your reading. All right, Libra. Also, happy birthday, Libra. It is Libra season. All right, so 4-card reading today. Bottom of the deck, cards for general energy. And then, of course, as I have always done, we will get jumper cards from each of our oracle decks following your main spread today. Look at that gorgeous Ace of Cups. Wowzers, Libra, starting off strong. Really beautiful to see that. Really nice. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of personal integrity, a lot of personal strength here, making solid decisions for yourself, being passionate about something, either a new love interest, a new idea, a new direction, and you're leaving some hardship and heartache behind. What a beautiful, and look at that, yep, beautiful energy to be taking into the month of October for you. So bottom of the deck, of course, is our 10 of Wands here. So something that felt heavy, perhaps even laborious, right? And underneath it was the 4 of Wands. So double Wands energy here with the 4 and the 10. I'm going to suggest that there was some home searching for the right home, searching for the right environment, trying to make your home cozier, trying to feel more at home no matter where you are. Could have felt like a bit of a burden here, but there is a release. There is something that's relieving you, or you're finally coming to terms with something about that situation. Of course, Wands, even though we do have the 4 of Wands here, which does indicate a happy home or a healthy home, or wherever you lay your hat is your home, is a healthy place, and you're welcome and you're wanted, etc. You know, having the 10 on top of that suggests that there was some sort of burden around that. But the double fire, for example, also suggests this could have been a spiritual path. It doesn't have to be a home. It could be your inner mansion, right? As Saint Therese Avila wrote about in her own book that she wrote, over 100 years ago. It's an inner castle. So this could be going on internally to you as well. And of course, it could be an enterprise or a business decision. But it still has something to do with home. Even building foundations could be another way to frame those two cards as bottom of the deck for the month energy for you. As I always do, I'm going to play these two bottom of the deck energy cards against each of these cards in their respective positions. So here we have the past, what you're moving away from or just leaving in the month of October. I'm going to suggest that this energy can last up until the end of the first week in October, with my experience with this reading for monthlies. Ultimately, a gorgeous new beginning, right? A gorgeous new understanding, a new love, a new perspective, basically a new, I would even say a new appreciation could be available for you here, but essentially we're looking at love, right? And again, with the spirituality component, we do have some more wands energy here with the really spirited, kind of sassy and sexy Knight of Wands, right? This could simply be, depending on who I'm reading for right now, or what story, what your story is today. There could even be like a new romance here as well, a new love interest, a new passion of some sort here. But one that really seems to fill your heart in a really beautiful way. There could be a third-party situation. I'm always going to say that for any three that comes out. But ultimately, this doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? This can be a third party introduces you. You introduce a third party. You could be the person introducing other people. But again, back to a work situation or an employment environment, or even looking for a healthy, stable environment here as well. You do have at least one other person on your side, or you're working with at least one other person toward a common goal here. You do not have to go through this or about this alone. That's a good feeling, Libra. Here with the future, we have this gorgeous Knight of Wands. I'm telling you, there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of strength and passion. There could be, like I said, there could be, some overt or obvious sexuality. Flirting could be an all-time high this month for you. Really, feeling your best, showing your best, getting attention, giving attention, right? It doesn't have to turn into anything. As long as it feels good to you and as long as everyone feels good about it, I think this is a really nice way to go about existence, quite honestly. Like, why not be happy and passionate and flirty and engage with others and have a full heart and really not expect anything? You just are that way for the sake of being that way, right? The rewards it pays itself. You're not looking for accolades. You're not looking for validation here, right? You've already provided this to yourself and you're expressing this. So this is really beautiful energy, Libra. And you're leaving the month with an advice or guidance or what is being asked of you at this time, and that's the Eight of Cups. This is really just sincerely, it could be a small move. Yes, it could be a small move. It could be a small trip. But it indicates moving away emotionally from a difficult or troubled situation, right? But you are not any worse off. So this is not like the Six of Swords, for example, where it's like, ooh, you had to cut some losses there and then move forward and, you're going to find your way, but it's still going to be, there could be battles ahead. No, with the Eight of Cups, there's this sense of you are relieved that you're able to leave this situation. But Libra, further to that, it's your decision, which is a beautiful position to be in. You're not only relieved, but it was your choice, your decision. You've chosen to move away from something difficult to something more profound or welcoming or available or, emotionally fulfilling here. So really, really nice energy. Like I said, when I saw all these come out together here, I was like, yeah, you're going to overcome any difficulty this month. If you were looking for a way, suggestion or advice away from a situation, perhaps a flirtation has been going on too long and you wanted it to become more stable, you wanted to create foundations around it. This could just be an element of, cutting your losses. Well, I now see this for what it is, but it was a beautiful experience and I'm going to move on. Like, there's no hard feelings here, or at least it's asking you to, pay attention to the fact that this is just something it was fun and you're allowed to walk away from this, or this person is allowed to walk away from you or the situation, and it's no harm done. You can just keep moving on, and it's not like, it's not going to be overly upsetting here. And you may even feel wealthier, like emotionally wealthier because of the experience here as well. So ultimately, I'm seeing a beautiful month ahead for you. Let's get some more information here about the present. I've been looking at the advice card frequently for the readings in October, but I'm really curious about this Knight of Wands here. So, why is the Knight of Wands the challenge or situation? Why is the Knight of Wands the challenge or the situation? Wow. So messages, right? Rushing messages, quick moving messages, something you wanted to hear or something you really want to say. This is very interesting, especially because, you're moving away from something here, or somebody is moving away from you having expressed yourself, or someone expressing themselves to you, probably around an issue of love or a passion. Very interesting. So with regard to the problem, the challenge, or situation, it's communication with this person that you'd like to flirt with, that you have been flirting with, who has probably stolen your heart or given you, a feelings. There's a newness, right? It could be romance, it could be love, it could be friendship, right? You decide what that is. But this is what's going on behind the scenes. This person has a lot to say to you. Why would either of you be moving away from this? Why isn't that working out? That is very curious to me. It could just be a timing issue. It could be, like I said, it could be straight up easy peasy. And you know it as soon as I say it. There is a third party situation here with regard to the heart. That could be what's going on here as well. Ultimately, moving away from this for your own good. Settle yourself. Get yourself in order. Something that's meant to be, honestly, Libra, in my estimation, will occur. Just keep your head high. Don't give up. Stay in this really nice, beautiful, loving, passionate energy. I think if it has to do with business or enterprise here as well, I think it could have been maybe a risk. It could have been maybe an investment. It could have been perhaps incomplete or missing information, or a confirmation here in order to move ahead with something. So either there was a deadline missed, or something came in too late, or it wasn't what you wanted to hear, or it wasn't what they wanted to hear, as the situation may be. And then you can move on, right? So really there's really overtly and overall, doesn't seem to be a great loss here. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Again, I am going to suggest that you start in your heart. Even if you have a full heart, let's say you are flirting, you're not getting the feedback you want, or you are and it's not exactly what you wanted, or you didn't mean it, or you were flirting and it wasn't meant to turn into anything and now it's like a hassle. You can move away from that fairly easily, and you can communicate that. Just be honest about communicating that openly, right? We are dealing with Sagittarius energy, and there's nothing more honest than a Sagittarian, good or bad. But either they're going to tell you or you're going to tell them in no uncertain terms, and you can move on with your life. I think if you, like I said, if you truly do want love, or you do want something in the more vein of commitment, we're going to spend more time, okay? So we don't have a lot of pentacles here. Any ones we do are early into the totem of its elements. So I'm going to suggest that something just didn't have a chance to mature here. But it is safe. I think if you are reaching out for the first time in a long time, or someone's reaching out to you, or you're feeling some passion for the first time in a long time, don't feel like it's an unsafe time or place to do it. It just might mean that more time is needed, more depth may be necessary. Maybe this isn't the right partner for you for all sorts of reasons, and it might simply just be a matter of time. So try not to read into anything right now a whole lot. But remember that to give and receive the highest energy of all is pure love. So make sure you give that to yourself, and it will be mirrored. I think that anything that we produce or give out or emit, whether we're conscious of it or not, which is another good reason to become conscious of our behavior. Anything that we are emitting is mirrored to us, okay? And sometimes it's not what you want to see, sometimes it's not what you want to hear, and it all comes back. But there's a grace period there too. I mean, you can have done something yesterday and been disappointed with yourself and come through it on the other side, made a pact with yourself, you're not going to do that anymore. And then the next day, someone does it to you. Well, don't cling to that, right? Just laugh it off. Just say, oh my God, I just did that yesterday. And boy, am I ever glad I made a pact not to do that anymore. I wish them all the best. I hope they have the same, insight and self-awareness to make that same decision. So, you don't have to condemn anybody else either. You don't even have to condemn your past self, Libra. You can just move on and take lessons learned with you. We do have Wolf here. This is teacher. We do have this moon to remind us that intuition is heightened or is being asked to be listened to at this time. But ultimately with teacher, we are always, and this is just the way it is when it comes to teachers and students, everyone is the teacher and everyone is the student. So even if you are at the top of some sort of hierarchy, notwithstanding whatever is going on here for you in this reading, in your life at the time of this reading, Libra, I'm going to suggest that even if you consider yourself to be the student at this time of a situation, you are simultaneously the teacher and vice versa. Okay, your student is your teacher, vice versa. But yeah, ultimately there's something to teach and learn here in this situation. And I really suggest strongly that there could be, particularly since you're moving away from something that's emotionally harmful or unfulfilling, that there will be a lesson learned by the end of this month that you can, stop repeating. Okay, so look for patterns, habits, outdated patterns and habits that don't serve you anymore this month, Libra, and I think it'll help you carry on to something even more fruitful and long-lasting. All right, what do the Healing with the Angels Oracle have to say? Abundance. Yeah, I really don't feel like you are needing anything from anyone else this month, Libra, which is a beautifully independent place to be stemming from. Like I said, I think that you have your cup, you have filled this for yourself, you have given yourself something profound and undepletable, or you have recognized it, right? So this is a beautiful thing. What you give to yourself, no one else can take from you. But abundance is gorgeous energy because you can abundantly keep giving that to yourself. And as I just said earlier, that'll be mirrored to everyone else you meet. And you'll find this in your own experience as well. When you become more calm and happy and loving about your situation or even about yourself or your own heart needs, wants, desires, whatever those are, you'll find that those are provided to you abundantly as well. So it goes both ways, Libra, right? And nobody probably understands that as well as our dear justice and balance-loving Libra. Even though you can be very, very saucy, but honestly, I like that about you, Libra. You are very much like the Sagittarius in some ways, where you will say what's on your mind, except you'll say it with, you will probably say it in the background, or so it becomes a rumor, or you'll say sorry, but I have to say this, that type of thing. So, just remember that abundance goes both ways, right? You give it and you get it. So you live in an abundant universe. Remember that. We do have orphaned here. I'm very curious to see this here for you. I do feel like there will be some sort of emotional. We're not looking at a 4 or 5 of cups here, so I don't see regret necessarily. It's just something that didn't pan out for you. But there could be an old retelling. I really want you to look at habits and patterns of behavior this month. I think you can get yourself out of this mind frame or this paradigm, which is a mind frame, for yourself by looking at how you feel orphaned and what is happening around an orphaning situation. Are you stymieing yourself? Are your beliefs or ideas or even behavior, are they stymieing you? But orphaned really just tells us the story of what it's like to be left behind, to be a little bit different, to be left out, to be rejected, right? So, or you could be orphaning someone else. Like I said, you're walking away with the 8 of Cups here. I don't see you orphaned. You could be leaving a situation that doesn't work for you anymore. And as I was just saying about the abundance card, right? I mean, you can tell it like it is, and you probably will just say like, I'm sorry to have to say this, and that's all you have to do. But definitely put yourself first, Libra. Do what's in your best interests and Keep moving forward confidently in the direction of your foundations and dreams. And remember to work hard and have the right people on your side to get the results that you really want. So I had a blast reading for you, Libra. I hope that you enjoyed this as well. Make sure you like and share my videos. Comment below. Let me know how this reading worked out for you. And of course, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. So look forward to next month's tarot forecast, and then do check out your moon and rising sign readings as well for additional information. Until the next time, take excellent care, Libra. Bye for now.